I mean, everybody, oh, he's going after, 15-year-old girl. 15-year-old girls don't have tits, dumbass. I'm a titty man. I like tits, all right? I like women that have tits, all right? Underage girls don't have tits, unless you're a moron, which you probably are. There is nothing that tells me what my friends are doing. Okay, it tells me all these strangers, and that's cool. I mean, I listened to a bunch of chicks talking Japanese the other day, which brings me to my point of the day, which is all your base belong to me. All right, what's going on with that? I had somebody leave a nasty little comment on my Patreon page, saying that I didn't do enough Google Hangouts and therefore they're withdrawing their money. Their complaint is that I wasn't doing enough of my own Hangouts and that I was in other people's Hangouts. I was in Brett Keen's Hangout, Nadia's Hangout, and so because I was in their Hangouts and not doing my own Hangouts, they withdrew their money. Nowhere on my Patreon page that says anything about Google Hangouts. What does it say? It says I want to repair my computer, I want to keep my internet going, and I want to do remote location reporting. What is my official title on YouTube? Reporter. I am a reporter. I have always been a reporter. I mean, can I hop a plane and go to Tahiti on $10? No, I can't. I mean, anybody with a brain the size of a pea knows that $10 is not going to get me to Tahiti or South America or Guatemala or Egypt or any of these places I need to go to put my hands on the shit and say, hey, this shit is real. Okay. I am an alternative media resource. That is what I am. And for all these trolls that get Von Helton needs to get a job. I've got a job. It's called Alternative Media Reporter. That's what I am. I'm an alternative media reporter. And to my credit, I've actually done pretty damn good for being somebody that's landlocked here in this fucking trailer and not being able to get out nowhere. Because there have been times, many times, when I got the fucking story out before Alex Jones, before David Icke. My original title on YouTube is reporter, and I would like to do remote location reporting, but that requires a large amount of money. Now, I put $2,000 on my Patreon account. That's actually lowballing, because when you factor in cameramen and the trip itself and food and lodging, it's going to be considerably more than $2,000.
Are your YouTube videos monetized?
Yes, they are. Which, by the way, qualifies as a job, trolls. It takes me 3 years to get $1,000 out of Google AdSense. So, what I want to do is like, okay, there's that talk about that reptilian creature down in Louisiana. I want to go investigate that. I want to investigate the Stargate in Peru. I want to investigate, these natives in Brazil. Von Helton needs to get a job. Von Helton needs to get a job. I got a job. First of all, my job is taking care of them 3 kids. And second of all, though, I have a job. I am an alternative news reporter. It says so on my fucking YouTube draft. All right, anybody can contact YouTube and say, hey, what is this guy's profession? I'm an alternative media reporter. That's what I do. But instead of helping me do my job, they want to get on here and they want to bitch, right? And then if I do set up a Patreon account or a PayPal account or a GoFundMe page or whatever, what do? They bitch about it. Oh, he's e-begging. No, I'm not e-begging. I have a job. This is my job. I am an alternative news media. That's why when I created my Patreon account, I said, listen, I want the money so that I can go to remote locations live and fucking put my hand on the shit. Like, say if somebody discovers a UFO in the Sahara Desert or some shit, I want to be able to hop a plane, go there, put my fucking hand on it and say, here I am, I put my hand on it, the shit is real. Unfortunately, though, that kind of work requires a shit ton of money. And, and I put $2,000 on my Patreon page. Obviously, $2,000 isn't a drop in the bucket when you're talking about doing remote location live shows. Okay, you're talking about thousands of dollars. But, $2,000 would get my foot in the door. I mean, if you were watching my channel and I'm in fucking Brazil, and I'm talking to the fucking natives in Brazil, about what it's like to be in a native down there and to be a, you know, to be a native warrior and shit. You know, because a lot of the people in Brazil still have their native garb and shit, you know, going there live, talking to these people. You know, I don't want to call them savages because that's crude. There's allegedly a reptilian in the Louisiana swamp right now terrorizing people. And I'm not able to report it because I can't get my happy ass down there with a camera crew. But if I had the money in my Patreon account, I could fucking hop a plane with my camera crew. I could go down to Louisiana. I could interview the people down there, and they'd say, yeah, man, we're being terrorized by this fucking reptilian down here, this lizard creature coming up out of the fucking swamps. But I can't do that because I don't have the fucking money, and it's so frustrating. It is extremely frustrating. You know, because what do the trolls say? All that reptilian shit, that's a load of hooey. Yeah, well, tell the people down in fucking Louisiana swamp because they say it's there. They say the fucker's real. There's this one couple. They had their fucking van ripped to shreds. Whatever this thing is, it has huge fucking claws, and it just fucking ripped their van to shreds, man. Literally ripped it to shreds. Okay, I could go down there. I could fucking get pictures. I could get live feed. I could fucking interview these people and find out what the fuck's going on, but I can't do that without money. And before the shit starts about me supposedly e-begging, I would point out that people wanted me to discuss the shit on this video, okay? There are people wanting me to discuss this, okay? So I'm discussing it. If you want to call that e-begging, I don't, because when I'm asked to talk about it, that isn't e-begging in my opinion. E-begging to me, though, here's what e-begging is to me. Oh, you gotta help me. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna do, you know, I'm gonna lose my shirt. You know, and by the way, folks, when you give a gift on PayPal, there is a place to leave a note. You know, if you give me a gift and you say, hey, I want this to go to your kids, it will go to my kids if you leave me a note to that effect, okay? So make sure you leave a note so that I know why you're giving what you're giving, and I will see to it that it goes where it needs to go. You know, because if you want to give me 10 bucks or 20 bucks to go get the kids a toy or whatever, okay, put that on there. Say, you know, this is for the kids, okay, and I'll make sure that happens, all right? You know, be specific when you do these things, folks.